What is up, my gamers, my boys, my little gamer goblins? Today, we have an actual gaming video. Not like a gameplay video, but like talking about games. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, the movies video kind of blew up, so I guess it's time for a bit of a part 2 of sorts. A spiritual successor, a sister location, if you will. But yeah, I thought I'd just move on to some really cool games that I was seeing, and some of the bad ones. Definitely some of the bad ones. So I feel like everybody kind of saw and then immediately forgot that Blumhouse, the creators of hit movies like Night Swim and Imaginary, have decided they're making games. Horror games. You know what that means. Weird doll things. Yeah, that's right. The first game is announced. Crizzle? I don't care. Theater of Idols. This game actually looks sick. It reminds me stylistically of BioShock or that Call of Cthulhu game made a while back. The designs are really terrifying with this porcelain marionette look, and it's like it's all cracked, and then underneath is this like zombified. I don't even know. It's really sick looking. I'm really excited for this one, and I'm definitely going to be playing it day one. Next up is Scaredew Valley. Grave Seasons. Damn! This game looks neat, and I love the art style, but from what I can see in the trailer, it looks a lot more relaxing than scary. I know that's really weird to say, but I mean, it just gives that Stardew Valley vibes. I don't know what to say about it. Next up is Sleep Awake. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything to say about this one. Next up is Goth Lesbian Ghosts, the video game, or Fear the Spotlight. Nah, it's definitely Goth Lesbian Ghosts, the video game. This game has a really neat art style and really cool looking gameplay. Seemingly somewhat of a puzzle game, then the story really intrigues me. It makes me want to know what happens to Amy just by the trailer alone. Really good stuff here. I'm definitely playing this day one. 100%. Alright, this one kind of looks like the worst out of all of them. The Simulation. Alright, gamers. Buckle up, because this one's for the gamers out there. Woo! The concept is neat, but I cannot take that seriously. The guy's on a Discord call with the police and... Is that Andrew Garfield? And then there's Project C, which has a tagline about time, and I really want to see more horror that plays around with time. I remember there was this mobile game, I can't remember what it's called, but like you switch forward and backward through time to like solve puzzles, and it's really sick. I want to see more with that vibe. But as presentations go, this looks like a really cool lineup. Unlike our next publisher, Ubisoft. Now, I'm gonna keep this brief because this has been talked to death, but Ubisoft is a scummy, awful company. I will not be supporting them in any way, ever. Though, I think people are getting upset at Ubisoft games for the wrong reasons. I'll start off with the Star Wars Outlaws game, which looks great. The graphics are cool, the gameplay looks neat, and it looks very similar to the Jedi games by EA. Like, so much so that it kind of looks like a kind of direct ripoff, just with a blaster instead of a lightsaber. Yeah, but I mean, the Jedi games are great, so it's fine. The new ideas are great, especially this reprogrammed commando droid and this axolotl dog thing. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to call it ripoff BD1 for a little bit. Yeah, I looked it up. The thing's name is Nyx. Nyx, the axolotl dog thing, or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I love it. Its name is Nyx, which is very similar to Nyx. I might have to purchase this game now. But the problem people have with the game is, drum roll please, she's not hot enough. Wait, what? Yes, this is an actual criticism of the game. She is not up to the subjective beauty standards of guys. Huh? Why is this something that matters? This is genuinely the dumbest argument I've ever seen against a game. Like, you might not notice, guys, but not every woman looks like Natalie Portman. I wish every woman looked like Natalie Portman, but they do not look like Natalie Portman. They exist. I know, it's crazy. I don't like this argument. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, she's not up to your beauty standards. What's the point? There's nothing to be upset about. This is a nothing burger of a conversation. And then there's Assassin's Creed Shadows controversy. Oh boy. Let's break this down. Let me just say first off that this quote-unquote controversy is not even something that's supposed to be a thing. Like, both of these arguments are disproven in the trailer or by outside means. So, people are literally getting mad over nothing. So let's break this down. The game stars a female assassin and a black samurai. Samurai! The game stars a female assassin and a black samurai. This may seem outlandish, but the black samurai, Yasuke, was an actual samurai who served the daimyo during the Sengoku period. But still, people cried out that this is historically inaccurate. Ah yes, Assassin's Creed, the pinnacle of historical accuracy. Disregarding the fact that Assassin's Creed is historical fiction, this is the series where you fight the Pope who uses straight up magic, or fight Fenrir from Norse mythology, who is a massive magical wolf. What I'm trying to say here is that even if this was historically inaccurate, who actually cares? I don't know what to say. I cannot believe that this is a problem for some people. Here's where we get to the I don't understand why people are upset about this. I don't think they saw the same trailer I saw portion of the rant, because what are people talking about when they're saying women can't take on 10 guys at once? Pause. Women can't fight multiple men and win. Because even if that did happen in the trailer, the assassins are known for taking multiple guys at once. Pause. Fighting multiple guys at once. And sorry to say, that's not realistic either. The assassins are basically superhuman 80% of the time. And I hate this argument only being brought up because it's a woman. And to top off all of the insanity, she doesn't win her first fight in the trailer. She gets her ass beat. And only when she starts splitting their numbers and taking them out with stealth does she actually win. There's no argument to be had here. Though I think the thing that pisses me off the most about these quote-unquote controversies is that it distracts from the bigger problem of these games. The fact that they're locked off content day one. Which means if you get the first tier payment of either Star Wars Outlaws or Assassin's Creed Shadows, you are not getting the full experience as intended. Both of these games have season passes, which are both $110 packaged with the regular game. These season passes are for DLCs. I said that in quotation marks again. I just did the quotation sign and realized I'm a faceless YouTuber. And you can't see that. So, quote-unquote DLCs that Ubisoft has locked behind this paywall. These DLCs were planned before the release of the game and are more likely than not just segmented parts of the full game. The One Outlaws DLC, I just did the quotation sign again. You get the point. The One Outlaws DLC, quote-unquote, is just one quest line featuring Jabba, not Yoda or Luke or any other cool characters. I'll take Jar Jar. I'll take Jar Jar over Jabba. But this is just Jabba. This is the marketing. That's it. DLCs are some of the best parts of games for me. Oh, you like our game? Here, we put more game in your game. You're welcome. Take Fallout 4, for example. This game had some of the coolest DLCs I've ever seen. Both Nuka World and Farber DLC. And the Far Harbor DLC added items, missions, side missions, characters, companions, missions for those companions, and entirely different worlds to explore within the Fallout universe. Both are some of the greatest DLCs in gaming history, in my opinion, and shows a genuine love for the players who bought the game. I have my problems with Bethesda, especially as of late, but you can't deny their passion for their player base and willingness to go the extra mile. At least before Starfield. Yeah, that kind of ruins the argument. But still, and a small mention to the Elden Ring DLC that just came out, adding multiple new bosses, fighting styles, and new ways to play the game that people already love. Ubisoft's different editions of the game is the most greedy business practice I think I've ever seen. Quite possibly worse than loot boxes. I know, that's a big statement. I think what's even worse is that the normal game, the base game, is $70. Yes, the one where you don't get the full experience is $70. I get the prices are going up, but this is too much for an average consumer to pay. There's a reason that mid-budget games and free games are blowing up recently. It's because AAA titles like this are just far too much for such little return. What was I talking about? I kind of went down a rabbit hole for a sec. Oh, right. Games. I guess I have time for two more. Black Myth Wukong looks beautiful. This dark and sinister take on Chinese folklore and legends is super creative and pleasing to look at. The levels of respect for the legends it's based off of, and the total scale of the battles seen within the trailers and gameplay looks insane, and I'm excited to play this even if I don't really like Souls-like games. They've just never really been my thing. I've never really given them a chance, but I've never been a fan. And lastly, we have Doom the Dark Ages, quite possibly the coolest thing I've ever bared witness to. It's beautiful, pure edge and brutal violence. There's a gun that grinds up skulls into ammo. There's a mech suit that lets you fight massive demons. He's got a fur cloak. Oh my god, I love him. I take back everything I said about Bethesda. Bethesda, I love you. Please have my firstborn son. Seriously though, the future of gaming is kind of up in the air. Potentially the indie gaming scene will take over major companies if the AAA titles continue to sell like dog water and these indie games continue to sell amazingly. I mean, the FNAF movie made double its budget even after being released on Peacock for no extra fee. There's a genuine craving for indie games, and I'm excited to see where the creativity of these small studios goes in the future. But that's all I've got for today. See ya, gamers. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, as it helps out the channel a lot. And it helps me be a lot more motivated to make more videos. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.